So welcome back to our channel, guys, Master of None. Today we're back on the 250 crossflow, the Trashbird project. Today we're gonna rip this engine apart, take the gearbox off. It's shot anyway, it has no reverse. Probably just toss that in the bin. Take everything off the engine, the manifolds, all the equipment, power steering, all that stuff. Gonna strip it, and then we're gonna put it on the engine stand. But before we do all that, we need to put Master of None engine stand together. 450 kilos, so bar calculations should just hold the 250 crossflow. So we're gonna just begin by putting this thing together and just seeing, what that looks like. Put that engine on the stand. We'll do all that.
Before we do that.
Gotta crack the booby beer, right? Hey?
Yeah, of course we do.
Sanctioned beer.
Yeah.
All proceeds go straight to Vladimir Putin's pocket. Alright, I'm gonna just have a bit of a break before we begin.
Yeah. After a hard 3 minutes of filming.
Of explaining, mansplaining.
Zhigulevskoye.
Zhigulovskaya.
Zhigulovskoye. Zhigulovskoye.
Yeah. Which is also Zhiguli is like the name in Russia for the square lighters.
Oh.
That's
okay.
you have the rear-wheel drive lighters, like the ones from the date back to the 60s when the Fiat built the factory.
There you go.
Yeah. So and then that even this writing is like the badge on old.
Oh, nice.
The font of.
So do you reckon I could find that online? I'll find that online somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Zhigulovskoye.
Alright. Nazdarovye.
Nazdarovye.
So we assembled the engine stand. Here it is.
Yeah.
You know.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So next phase is to take the gearbox off, I think.
Yep.
So unbolt it and then pull it out.
Okay.
Take the bolts out.
Take the bolts out.
Pull the gearbox.
Should come off.
Yeah, it should come off, right?
Just getting these out of the way. There you go.
You got a blader.
So you're wearing your safety boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at that trans fluid. Well, I don't like the colour of it. Someone hasn't been changing their tranny fluid.
It's really skipped a few service intervals, right?
Yeah, just a few. I actually got a theory this thing never got serviced.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is a little bit alarming for us.
But not surprising. Alarming, but not surprising.
Not surprising.
Not for an XF Falcon.
Because as everybody knows, it is the most abused motor in the world.
Yep.
There can be no doubt about that. The most abused engine.
Correct.
Created.
Oh. Factory crack.
Yeah. So when you pull Toyotas apart, all the nuts and bolts have a little marker, a little paintbrush mark on it.
Yes.
So when they do them up, so this assembly line and putting these things together, throwing parts on that, and then somebody goes and checks everything and puts a little mark.
That's right.
I never see that on Australian Fords.
No.
They just don't do it. They don't do that check.
No. No. There's no check.
There's no checks.
If you see a cigarette butt on there somewhere, that's the check. So little cigarette butts here.
Yeah, I'm hoping for.
It means that the guy quickly did the bolts up and then went for a smoker.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a pack of Marlboro Reds.
Yes. Well, that's top shelf stuff.
Inside the torque converter. Well, everything so far is coming out really easy because everything had oil leaking on it.
Yeah, it was coated with oil.
Yeah, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. I'm hazarding to guess that the inside of the engine looks exactly like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll make a decision what we do based on what we find inside the engine. I think it's worth continuing with this engine, or do we just get something more modern? I was thinking, after this, the next generation of this motor has got the overhead cam, fuel injection, all that stuff. I'm if you're talking about boost, none of that really matters. You're just cramming boost into a motor. What does it matter how many valves it's got? Or the only thing that matters is the strength of the bottom end and the capacity. That's it.
Would this rev lower than, say, the later model, like the AU Falcon?
I don't see why it would, because bushrod engine.
Yeah.
Well, we've got an LS.
Yeah.
And that revs high and it revs quickly, and that's a pushrod.
Okay.
So it's I don't know.
Maybe there's less drag on the valve train.
It's almost like all the things all the disadvantages of the crossflow being push rod and being on like you know
Yeah.
2 valves a cylinder, like kind of like irrelevant when you're putting boost into it. Like only thing that matters is the crank and how much it can hold. That's
Yeah.
it.
The bottom end.
The
yeah.
bottom end. The head, almost irrelevant. Everything else. How many valves, all that stuff. All that stuff's only relevant on an A motor.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, on the boosted motor, if you think about it, it hardly matters.
Yep.
What the head flows, or you want to flow more, well, you just put more boost in it. You know, like.
Until your pistons fly out the
Yeah,
side.
exactly. Starter, would that sort of.
Yeah, it's probably not a
Starter.
bad idea to take
Yeah,
that out.
Take the starter out.
Yep, good old 13.
Starter is out.
Okay.
Let's inspect the wear.
That was working okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was working. There's not too much wear on it. I reckon it's scrub up okay.
Yeah, okay.
So pulling it off with the torque converter, that's why it's hard. There's something holding it.
Oh, there's a bolt right
two
there.
Two bolts there.
Jeez. What the hell? Okay.
So I was showing you the reality of.
Yeah, that's right. And
I'm not sugarcoating anything.
no. Don't we need to unbolt the torque converter?
Yeah.
From this
but
side.
I mean, we should be able to take it out with the torque converter.
Ah.
But yeah, it's the torque converter.
Taking the spark plugs out.
Taking the plugs out so we can rotate the engine to get the torque converter's just stuck a bit. So take off the torque converter, unbolt the torque converter from the transmission. Alright, let's try that. Zip that out.
Yes.
Alright. We've still got to take the torque converter out.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yay.
Cool. Alright, take it off. Torque converter. Drain it. Okay, so we'll take the flywheel off, right?
Nice. Rear main seal leaking.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's bending.
What's bending?
This is bending like this. See, this is
Have
going
we-
like that.
Yeah, but have we done it properly?
I don't know.
Oh, you know, we've got it backwards.
What do you mean? Oh, this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, man, that's alright. No, that's fine, because we can take this out. Just take this out.
Yeah.
We've got the motor, the big donk, on the stand now. The stand is just kind of struggling. I don't think this stand is designed for a big Aussie donk. I think it's just like a 4-banger stand. But yeah, you can see how the motor's just kind of going like, ooh, a bit saggy. So now we're just going to get the crane out of the way and just start taking all the auxiliary stuff off the block. Alright, so we're just taking off the manifold, in this instance the intake manifold. Putting all the fasteners into this container. Thought you were a professional mechanic, mate. What the hell's going on
A
there?
lot of people say that I am.
Too eager with the rattle gun. There you go. Just needed a bit of human touch. The engine stand is looking very wobbly. Here we go. It's just what we used to winch the motor out. You're just taking that off.
Yeah,
Just cut it off.
We used to drop the motor.
Whoa. Oh yeah. Wow, look how crusty that coil looks.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's like an archaeological relic dig. I bet if we scrape all the crude oil off it, like, yeah, carbon dated to 1986.
That's right.
Alright, so we might need that manifold to fabricate the injection manifold, right?
Okay.
So we'll keep that. We just need to flange off it. Whoa! Is that a Mongolian throat singing companion?
Okay. What's next?
I don't know. Power steering maybe? Because we can't get fan off. We've got to take the whole water pump off. Yeah. So maybe hit that. It's going to spill water everywhere, of course. I don't think even we drained the oil out of it, did we?
You didn't?
No. Should drain the oil, eh?
Probably should.
Yeah.
Is bracket worth $1 million?
It's a mix of imperial and metric, isn't it? Why? Why not?
Of course.
Why choose one system where you can have both?
Sludge.
Sludge. AC compressor.
Whoa.
See?
That's a lump and a half.
That's so heavy. Wow. Yeah.
Should we dare move the whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah, boy. Missing!
Give them
Together.
Yeah, get them together.
Alright, we can do that. Remember last time I forgot this bolt?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah.
What treasures lie inside? Hmm. Okay, carbon.
Yeah. What does that mean? Just carbon's not the worst thing.
No.
The head's off. Let's just get a little rag, give him a bit of a wipe. Start with number 6, because that's usually the worst one. There's a couple of grooves in here. Not too bad. There's just a groove there, right?
Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Your fingernail?
No.
Okay.
I can't feel it. Nothing serious.
No.
No. So far, I reckon that will just hone out. Like, there's no hone left, obviously. I can't see any cross hatching.
Pistons look alright. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll take him out. But so far, it kind of looks like you can just hone that bore, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's keep moving on. So number 5. Here we go, number 5, this one. Just wipe it up a bit.
Looks okay.
No deep scratches. No? Okay, let's do number 4. There's something here. Oh yeah, you feel that. On this side, there's a bit of something there. You can feel that with your finger. But it's really strange. That's a really strange, I'm not sure what does that. But it's weird. It's not like going down the bore.
No.
It's across. So that's strange.
Mm.
Okay, I've never really seen that. Okay, so that could be. I don't think that will hone out. Or will it? It's kind of deep.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's stuff.
Option is to get oversized pistons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Do you want to see what the bottom end looks like?
Yeah, let's have a look at the crank. Whoa! That's so dirty. Oh my god, that's just terrible.
Jeez.
Oh, let's check maybe this one furthest away from the oil pump, right?
Okay.
That is, yeah, that's the oil pump.
Yeah.
We can have a look at that.
Missed about 10 oil changes.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's just never even had oil changes, maybe. Alright, just gonna check the cap. See what the crank looks like. Ah, this whole thing comes off, right, with this. Just need try something that stuffed.
It's not gouged.
I mean, this can be replaced. Obviously, it's been overheated, I think.
That's the bearing.
Yeah. No, you feel them like
You
this. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's stuffed. I mean, this replace.
That's a bearing, so
That's you pop that up. But this, you got a machine.
you have to lineage that, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
So what you got there?
We've got a piston.
Got a piston. Anything broken?
Shit, the rings look good. Like, look at that. Oh. The bearings all the way to the copper or something.
Yeah, that's worn
it's
through.
well worn.
No failures though.
No failures. So I mean, we don't care about that.
No, of course not.
That's nothing. So what about the piston itself? Like, it's definitely a beefy piston. Like, you know, it's a bit tough. Like the motor.
Yeah, a bit of carbon build up.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty beefy for boosting stuff. You know, that's pretty sturdy.
Well,
Some wear on it, scratches.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if these pistons can go back into these bores, because the bores may be a little bit worn.
The bores are very well worn.
Yeah.
I think. Like, yeah.
Okay. So then we might not be able to use these pistons.
No, I don't think we should.
Hmm.
Or do we just hone it and just send it? Just pack it in and
And feed it 30 pounds of boost.
feed it 30 pounds and just see how long it'll live for.
Okay.
I mean, it's really the crank that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, it's that, you know?
Well, you can Scotch Brite that. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible,
Yeah.
but it's... Yeah, it needs
It's a little bit
rig on it.
concerning, yeah.
It needs a rig on it.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it needs.
All right.
Guys, if you guys are watching, you know, comment below. What do you think we should do? Should we keep going with this engine and get the crank regrind, get oversized pistons and bore the block the next size over and just freshen the whole thing up? Because what we're planning is a bit of a DIY turbo setup for this thing.
And fuel injection.
And fuel injection. So,
Should we reveal what type of fuel injection?
no.
Okay.
We're not going to reveal what kind of fuel injection
All right.
just yet.
Okay.
I want to keep our fans hanging on.
With a cliffhanger.
A cliffhanger,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So, this motor is kind of toast. We can price up. These are options. We can price up cost of replacing, right? Or do we go with a more modern motor, like a VCT Tickford motor for this thing? You know, do we do that?
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments what you guys think we should do, because yeah, this needs basically a full rebuild. Yeah, crank regrind, everything. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Alright guys. Alright. Don't forget to visit our shop and subscribe to our channel, and yeah, just be good to each other, and please change the oil in your car. Okay? Look after your vehicles.
That's right. See you later.
Later, guys.